Hi, you guys. Okay, so tonight, I know I'm like 2, 3 minutes late on this upload. I'm getting on here on this live. I'm about to wait until a minute, and then I'm gonna get started with the homework from last week. So first off, I just want to start off by telling you guys I did this live video because a lot of people asked me to. I didn't know you guys wanted live videos, but a lot of people wanted to give feedback while I was going through the video. So I decided to do that. So I have the comments turned on. So if you guys, tune in and you have a question as I'm going along, I can see your comments as we go through. Okay. So, and also, once again, this video is live, but once I end the live, it will actually post to the channel. So even if you guys tune in late, you can still go back and view this video once it's over. And once again, as always, I'm going over the homework from last week. It's in the description box from the last video. And the homework for this coming week will be in the description box below. So let's get started. So last week I asked you guys to do your homework. And so I asked you guys for day 6 to turn some negatives into positives. And I think I said write down 5 things that were negatives that you guys could turn into positives. And mine were um, weight gain. It forced me to love something other than my looks. It forced me to love something about myself other than my looks. Um, Having friends who weren't really great friends taught me to know that God is my friend, which I'm still learning. Um, to more so turn to prayer instead of feeling like that I have to talk to somebody. Family problems taught me to a positive that I learned from the negative family problems that I have is that you have to know how important they are and focus energy into fixing it while they're still here with you, so I don't hold on to stuff as long. My health issues taught me to appreciate life a lot more than I was, because you could be here today and gone tomorrow. Um, Things that I have going on in my marriage forced me to focus on myself and learn how to stand on my own 2 feet without always feeling like I have to depend on somebody else. So that was day 6. Day 7 was be careful about what you are receiving. And basically, I told you guys to write down things that you feel like that you're receiving. And well, you guys know the homework. So I put, devil, you can't have my faith or relationship with God. You can't have me as far as health, diet, attitude, happiness, love, or etc. You can't have my marriage or husband. You can't have my family. You can't have anything God has already set out for me to have. And I declared it in Jesus' name. Um, Day 8, we were supposed to write down 30 things that we plan on completing in 2019. And this one was a little hard for me. So some of the stuff that you may hear on here, it may sound like I'm repeating um something I already said, but it's more so I was just expounding on it. So in 2019, I said that I wanted to not dwell on the circumstances, my circumstances. I wanted to be more excited about life in this year, even if it's going horrible. Love myself all 2019, because that's one of my faults. Like, my self esteem isn't or hasn't always been the greatest, and I plan on loving myself a lot more in 2019. Have the desire to want to live. I'm not suicidal, but to realize that life is precious and to get out here and enjoy life one day at a time and plan for tomorrow. Like, just be happy and excited about life. Make my YouTube successful, lose 50 pounds, gain a good bond with my brothers. I have three brothers, and I only talk to one of them. And even we don't talk as often as I would like. So, my goal for 2019 is to gain a better relationship with my brothers because we used to be super close. And as we all got older, it kind of faded off. And I miss and love my brothers. And I hate that we don't talk all the time. So, that would definitely be a top priority for me. I'm sorry, you guys. That would be definitely a top priority for me is making a better relationship with my brothers. Be on track to graduate because as you guys know, this is I graduate in December of 2019. So I need to focus more on my studies because it's almost time for me to graduate. Get a good job, publish an ebook. I do write poetry, and I really don't take like my talents seriously, I guess you can say. Um, I just never do anything with it. Like, I know I can write. People tell me all the time that I'm a good writer, but I don't just go out and be like, hey, let me go publish an ebook. Just like people say that I give good advice. But I never thought to, be serious about doing this YouTube thing. But I really do want to help people. And even if I can just help one person and, they feel like I gained something out of this 90-day journey that we are on, I would feel accomplished because I never felt like I had a channel or anything to watch that was positive amongst women that I could turn to while I was going through the stuff that I was going through. So even if I could just help one person who is going along this journey with me, I would feel like this journey was a success. Um, Publish ebook, work on an event planning business. I love to plan parties and decorate and stuff like that. So I'm working on that. Get my family on track again. Help my granny more because she has my great grandmother with her. Um, Save money. And a whole bunch of other stuff. Day 9. The healing power of forgetting what's behind. What are ways that you can distract yourself from what you have going on? I put pray more. I want to create a war room in the house and go in there every day. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie War Room. If you haven't, that would be a great movie to watch while you're going along this journey. But I want to create a war room. I want to meditate more, get out the house more, hang with my loved ones, and create a plan of healing. Not a plan of action, but a plan of healing. Um, I will say I stopped going out, and I don't know how many of you feel this way, but I gained some weight and I really didn't feel my best. So I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to put in the extra effort to try to find something to wear or to try to find something to wear to, force myself to feel good. Every time I went out, I felt like people were staring at me, not in a good way. I was just really self conscious about how I felt. And people who know me from like my college days or whatever know that I was the person who always loved to go out. Like, I was ready to go hang out, have fun, go to a party. Like, that was me. Even my high school days, like, that was me. Like, I loved going out. But over time, as I gained this weight, I didn't want to go out anymore. I didn't want to be around people. I wanted to just be home, be in the bed, didn't want to put on clothes. I wanted to wear sweatpants all the time. Sweatpants, baggy t-shirts, sweatpants and jacket. It could be hot outside and I wanted to wear a jacket because I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't want to do my hair, didn't want to do my makeup, didn't want to do my lashes. I just didn't. Like, I didn't feel good about myself and I just didn't want to be out here doing anything. And my mom sat down and she talked to me one day and she said, Jasmine, she said, I don't know what's going on with you, but snap out of it. She was like, I'm tired of seeing you in the sweatpants. I'm tired of seeing you, with the jacket on. I'm tired of seeing you come over here, your hair not done, your makeup not done, whatever it is, snap out of it. She was like, yeah, you may have gained a little weight. She was like, but that don't mean that you don't put on clothes and you just let yourself go. Get up and get yourself together. And to this day, people don't realize how depression takes like a toll on you. But I had got diagnosed with um moderate depression and severe anxiety. And people don't realize how it takes a toll on you, that a person who has depression, a person who's happy all the time and is okay, could wake up and be like, okay, I'm gonna go get dressed, I'm gonna go start my day. And a person who's going through depression and anxiety will wake up and know that they have a list of things to do and all they want to do is be in the bed. Picking out an outfit for them takes hours, sometimes days, because what you may feel like, oh, this looks nice on me, you may try that same outfit on the next day and it's like, oh no, I don't like the way I look in this. Like, it's just so much that goes into this situation that people don't realize. And I was that person who just didn't want to put in the effort to do any of it. I was that person. And to this day, I still have to snap myself out of it sometimes and tell myself that you're okay. You're going to lose this weight, but you need to learn to love yourself in the meantime, because if not, even if you lose this weight, you still won't love yourself. You could lose this weight and you still won't be happy with you. Even at my smallest size, I wasn't happy with myself. So I know even if I get back down to that size, I still may not love myself. So I need to learn to love me in the meantime. So I'm sorry I stayed on that a little bit long, but that subject's a little touchy and I just want to tell y'all. Guarding your legacy and your children. I don't have kids, but I know, like I told you guys last week, that basically you can write down things that you don't want to pass down to your child. I don't want to pass down a sense of not being able to forgive, a sense of anger and bitterness, distance, where my child feels like they can't talk to me, having no sense of communication skills, basically not knowing how to express themselves. And I'll say those are things that I feel like I deal with. I don't know if it comes from my family, but I know those are things that I deal with, and I don't want my child to, pick up those habits. I'll say sense of not being able to forgive, because this week I took a look at myself and I asked some of my friends what are things that they feel like I could work on as a person, just to see how people see me from the outside. And the only thing that I got back from my friends was, I don't forgive. Every single friend who I talked to said, Jazz, you don't forgive. Like, if somebody does something to you, you'll still talk to them, but you never look at them the same. You never forgive them. And I noticed that that's definitely true when it comes to me. I may still speak to you every now and then, but if you ever, cross me in life, I'll never look at you the same. I'll never trust you the same. And that is me never forgiving people for stuff that they've did. And I feel like I put those burdens off on the next person, because I have this idea in my head that excuse my language, what I'm finna say. I have this idea in my head that everybody ain't shit. That's just that's how I feel. And I feel like even me sometimes, like, I'm an ain't shit person. And I have this idea in my head that the shoe is gonna drop at some point for everybody in my life. And I'll eventually see the reason why I feel the way I feel about people, which is basically me setting them up to fail. So that is something that I definitely have to work on, which is knowing that people can change, people can be different, and forgiving them. The last day was moved by compassion. Be gentle with yourself. You're not perfect. Show compassion to others. This week, I allowed myself to be vulnerable with someone. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but I allowed myself to go there and tell somebody how I felt, um, where I went wrong in the situation, how much I cared about them. Like, I allowed myself to go there. And it didn't go the way I wanted to, but it felt good to be able to not always have a wall up against people. Um, I went to get my nails done. I went out with friends and I wrote some poetry. Poetry is something I normally write like when I'm mad or I'm sad, but this week I actually wrote, you know, something happy. And that's something I haven't did in a long time. I don't really go out with friends anymore. I went out a couple times this week, just to get myself out the house, and I really enjoyed it. So this week I allowed myself to, mess up, have fun, and just have a good time. So going forward, your homework for this coming week is this is gonna be day 12 through 19. Day 12 says, come like a child. So for day 12, I want you to write down what kind of friendly fire were you caught in as a child, a teenager, or a young adult? Was it your parents divorcing and you felt like you were caught in the middle? Was it a teacher who betrayed your trust or a friend who betrayed your trust? Like, what type of friendly fires were you caught in as a child and how did they affect you? Day 13, become like a child. Become a child again and allow the Lord to adjust damaged places of our past. So for day 12, I want you to look into your childhood and what are things you wish you could change or didn't happen. So that's day 12. So basically, I want you guys to sit down and figure out what are some things that happened towards your child, happened in your childhood that you feel like contributed to the person that you are today. Day 14, let God's healing waters wash over your past. You can't forgive, you can't forget, but you can forgive someone. This week, I want you to forgive someone, even if you don't feel that they were sorry for what they did to you. Forgive them for you, not for them. Forgive them for you so that you can move past whatever it is. Forgive at least one person this week. If you feel like you can do more, that's perfectly fine. But I want you to really sit down, figure out what that person did to you, why it hurt you so much, and try to forgive them this week so that you can move forward. Day 15, the voice of Jesus' blood. When is the last time you allowed yourself to be vulnerable or to hear God talk to you? And basically, in this chapter, it basically says he will not allow you to spend the rest of your life exposed and violated. So you need to just come to him as yourself and allow him to heal you, but also allow yourself that quiet time to be able to hear him. Day 16, the Lord watches over you. Let your healing be your story. This week, I want you to testify to somebody who situation to them seems like um they're not gonna make it. It won't get any better. I want you to testify to them that it will get better. Even in your broken place, you still can testify to somebody to let them know, hey, I know you're going through this, but it's gonna get better. Share this journey, your journey with them, and let them know like God is still working on you. You can make it out of this. Day 17, don't be afraid. In the book it says there is no torment like inner torment. Break your agreement with your past. Enough is enough. In the book it talks about women, how we torment ourselves by walking the floors at night, can't sleep, basically sending messages to people who don't care about us. Basically, we torture ourselves. So this week, I want you to write yourself a declaration basically saying, I declare that I won't let my past consume me. I declare that I won't accept less than what I deserve. Write yourself a declaration and tell yourself this declaration every day while you're on this journey. Day 18, stop trying to earn your deliverance. What is your idea of holiness and God's mercy? And do you feel you're deserving? Why or why not? Day 19, as always, the last day is always the easiest day for us. Sanctified from the inside and out. So for day 19, I want you to know that no one is perfect and walking your truth. This week, I just want you to believe that God can heal you even in your broken place. You don't have to decide, hey, I can't come to God because I don't pray enough. I can't come to God because I don't go to church enough. I can't come to God because, you know, I'm having sex before marriage. I can't come to God because I still go to the club. I can't come to God because I'm smoking weed. You can come to God even in your broken place. He knows that you're not perfect. None of us are perfect. The best thing that you can do right now is let him know that even though you are broken right now, even though you're still making mistakes, you're still out here, you're sinning, you know, you do want him to heal you and to bring you to where you're supposed to be in life. And he will. Regardless of what you're out here doing, God wants you exactly where you are, whether you feel like he does or not. He wants you exactly where you are. And yeah, you're going to mess up. Yeah, you're going to fall off. But you're supposed to. You're not perfect. And I started this journey, and like I said, I started this journey to help somebody. I don't know who it will help, but I feel like it's helping me. But I also wanted to help somebody else. I started this journey knowing that, I'm not perfect. I still sin. I still go out. I still drink. I still party. You get what I'm saying? I still curse more than I should. I still, I still do things that I shouldn't. I'm not perfect by any means, but I know and I've learned that I can't do this journey without him. I've learned that I wasn't healed. I'm gonna share something with you guys that a lot of people feel like maybe I shouldn't have shared. But this is for my healing and because I want to help somebody. And I'll expound on this um not next video, but the video after next. I'll actually sit down and talk to you guys because I have a surprise in that video for you guys. But I have learned I wasn't healed when I got into my marriage. That was almost 2 years ago, but I was far from healed. I was still broken from past relationships. I was still, unforgiving. I was still mean, not towards him, but I was still mean, as far as I wasn't ready to let somebody in. I was guarded, you know, I was damaged. And I didn't realize it because I had been single for a year and a half. And I felt like I was ready, to be in a relationship. I was ready to get married. And I was still broken. And I want you guys to not be broken for the next person that you're with, not be broken for yourself, not be broken going forward, living every day thinking that you're okay. And then one day you're, at home or you're in your car and you're having these breakdowns and you're wondering why, because you're still hurting. I want you guys to be healed at the end of this journey. I never want somebody to feel the way I feel on, a lot of days. Sometimes when I'm alone, I cry. And I never knew why I would just have these random breakdowns, but it's because I am broken from a lot of stuff that I've been through. And I want you guys to be healed and I want you guys to be okay. And that's why I started this journey because I'm tired of seeing people commit suicide. I'm tired of seeing posts of, females who feel like I have nobody to talk to, guys too. I don't want people to feel alone. And that's why I started this journey. And I'm so willing to share with you guys whatever you want to know. All you have to do is ask. I started an Instagram page for this channel so that I can make posts on there and you guys can leave questions and I'll answer them, in the next videos. Or you guys can DM me questions if you don't want people to know who you are. But I started this channel for that reason and I will drop the Instagram down below. But I just wanted to tell you guys that and give you guys a little bit of insight of me, and I'll see you guys in the next video next Monday. I hope you guys keep tuning in. Please keep sharing, liking, subscribing, and commenting on the videos. If you haven't watched any video before this one, go back and watch the other videos. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you next Monday.